Right, so every team in the Championship has now played 5 games, and we're approaching an international break. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to talk about the season so far for AFC Bournemouth, show you some of the footage that I've vlogged, some of the games I've been to, and tell you why AFC Bournemouth are going to be promoted back to the Premier League.
Anthony inside the left corner of the penalty, plays it back to Phil Billing, who smashes it into the back of the net. Great pace from Dom Solanke to get there in the penalty. Across the line! Dom Solanke!
This is Jaden Anthony. Swept in and swept goals by Emiliano!
Bournemouth versus West Brom, a home game to start off the season, and in my opinion, West Brom are going to win the Championship. I think they're one of the strongest teams in the league, so a really, really tough test in our first game. But I thought we did really, really well. It was a brilliant game if you're a neutral on Sky Sports. And yeah, I think it was probably a fair result. Either team could have won it. We took the lead twice, but I think a draw was probably a fair reflection of the game. And also, I actually got on Sky Sports. There was a little sort of compilation before the game, and I was on it alongside my dad. And I didn't tell my dad that I was on it, so I've got his live reaction to it. I am going to be on the Sky Sports intro. Kind of. So there's going to be a clip of me in the intro that they're going to show before the Bournemouth West Brom game. So I'm going to try and get my dad's reaction to it because he's also on the clip.
Last season was a season like no other. Still the same game, but it just wasn't the same. No buzz, no tension, no fans. New matchday routines, new protocols. An eerie silence in the stadium as we cheered from home.
It's us! What are we doing on there?
This year, we're back.
That was his thing. That was his thing that they used.
When you told me that was going to happen, I was like really confused about what I was watching. It was like, are we watching the channel, but we're supposed to be watching Sky Sports? Yeah, I was slightly baffled. But it was good, it was cool, I liked it.
This is Jaden Anthony. Swept in and swept goals! He's linked up beautifully with Zamora. Solanke was waiting and passed in by Philip Billing.
Nottingham Forest away, second game of the season. I went to this game and it was a long, long trip up to Nottingham, but yeah, a great, great result. 2-1, despite having a man sent off, David Brooks, for a really stupid challenge. We managed to hold on to the lead in the new, fresh, third Bournemouth kit, which is green, very Marmite. I don't know why I did that. It's not this kit. But yeah, an awesome away day, and I do have to apologise because my vlogging is quite poor. I will improve, but yeah, it wasn't the best. But here's what I got.
Look who we got. Dan, aka Juron. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
You've seen the team?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Adam Smith, we didn't expect that.
It's a bit of a mare, we've got to be honest, but I mean, the team picked itself other than that. But it does mean that we're going to be better from crosses, corners, a bit more height in the box.
Brooks over on the far side now for the Cherries. Trying to get some energy into their forward play. Little link up with Billing, that's nice. And now David Brooks into the box. Shoots into the back of the net, David Brooks.
What are your thoughts first half? Yeah, it was a real mixed bag, some really panicky defending and really great passing movements, great stuff from Kilkenny, great forward runs from Anthony and Brooks, really good. So yeah, great going forward.
Just less panicky,
going backwards.
Yeah. But I think we need another one to win this.
Not getting the balance of decisions from this ref yet either. It's gone very home oriented.
The ref shit.
Ball this one as it's flipped in by Zinkernagel, headed towards goal and down and in. Anthony inside the left corner of the penalty, plays it back to Phil Billing, who smashes it into the back of the net. David Brooks, you silly boys, pull back his man.
He had to be careful, but you need to make that challenge. Put the whistle right.
How did you find behind that.
Amazing. Second ever away day. Brilliant. Loads of noise.
Hang on. Is it another 2-1 for you?
It
2-1
is,
at
yeah,
Palace,
it is.
2-1 here.
It's the charm, yeah.
He loves it. 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, so nervous the last 20 minutes, especially after Brooksy going off, but doesn't matter, we won. Who cares?
Birmingham City away for the third match of the season, and I wasn't actually able to go to this game, unfortunately. I did watch it live, although I didn't record any of my reaction to it, but it was a relatively dull, boring game up until the goal. Dom Solanke in the 77th minute. My goat, he's going to get 20 this season. He scores a brilliant goal, a really top finish from a top striker, and in the 87th minute, we seal the game off. Jaden Anthony, who I think is going to be, he's been brilliant so far this season. I think he's going to continue to be great this season. One of our youngsters, one of our academy players. Great result away from home. And Birmingham, I think, are going to do quite well this season. So a fantastic result. We then had Blackpool at home. And again, I wasn't able to go to this game or watch it live. So I don't actually, I mean, I've only seen the highlights. So I don't actually know really how we played. I just can go on what other people said. Apparently, we were cruising. And then we, in the space of, 3 minutes, I think it was, we conceded 2 goals and just threw it all away, which was incredibly frustrating. And but Dom Solanke with another 2 goals, which is fantastic. More evidence that he's going to get 20 goals this season. I mean, these are games that we really should be getting 3 points from. No disrespect to Blackpool, a team that's just come up against a team who is trying to get promoted. This is 2 points dropped, in my opinion. Now, let's take us up to where we are now. Hull away, and I did go to this game, and it was a long trip for any Bournemouth fans that went on the Saturday. I actually went the day before. I went on the Friday and stayed with my grandparents in Scunthorpe, and then travelled on the Saturday to Hull. A long trip to Hull for, yeah, not a great display of football. I think Hull will be fine. I think Hull will stay in the Championship and avoid relegation. And we've also got a really nice stadium. So, yeah, good job, Hull, I guess. And yeah, here's some of the footage that I got from the game. Right, so it's currently Friday, and I've stopped at Scunthorpe to stay at my grandparents, because obviously doing Hull in one journey, it's quite a long way. So yeah, just got off the train. Not much else to say. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Saturday, the day of Bournemouth versus Hull. I've woken up at the early time of 11:30. It's a good job I don't have to do the whole trip today. Early score prediction, as I've just woken up, I'm going to go for, I'm feeling a 2-0 Bournemouth with a Dom Solanke gets 1 and Brooks gets the second.
Zamora inside the box, left side, pulls it back. Marcondes over the bar and into the south stand.
It's taken about 75 minutes, but we're finally on top, Dan. Is there a goal in this game?
Definitely, 100%. Despite them hitting the crossbar, yeah, miles better. If it was sharp in the second half, the balls are better, everything has just improved. So we're alive, whereas before it just seemed slow. So yeah, I mean, we've got 15 minutes probably, plus maybe a minute or 2 of injury time. So. Oh my god!
We're outside the MKM Stadium, and it was a goalless draw and a poor goalless draw. Dan's here. How are you, mate?
Could be better. So on Tuesday, went and watched us get battered 6-0 by Norwich. Couldn't be much worse. And today, yeah, just some parts of the Norwich game where it felt like we sort of lacked a bit of creativity, almost like we were missing a man in attack. Saw signs of that again today, and yeah, really poor.
I actually forgot to mention, but I went to Bournemouth versus Norwich away in the Carabao Cup, and I probably forgot because it was terrible.
Bournemouth versus Norwich, and we're halfway there, just stopped off for a Burger King. I'm here with Toby, who isn't actually a Bournemouth fan. He's a Chelsea fan, but he's here today because, you know, I didn't want to drive on my own. I needed some company. A 3-hour drive.
Fucking long drive.
It is a very long drive. Yeah. But yeah, Dom Solanke, if he plays, we'll get a hat-trick. Say no more. But yeah, next time you see me, I'll be probably at the ground.
It's going to be 3-2. I'm telling you, it's going to be 3-2. I'm calling it now. It's definitely 3-2.
Okay.
Brings it down onto his left foot, shoots, deflected, tries to shoot again. Then it is the trigger, fired into the corner. Back out to
probably the better. Disappointing. Like we've had about 60% of the possession, and we can't really do anything with it. Yeah, a 4-hour trip to see a slightly underwhelming performance. What are your thoughts, Aaron?
Yeah, much like you said, I think, you know, I came into the game with not really expectations, not really that overly bothered about the result, but thought they'd give it a good game, strongest lineup, but no striker on the pitch is so evident. It shows how much we missed Dom. And I'm surprised he hasn't given Sadie a go first half, because we've had, as you said, 60% possession, but there's nowhere to pass it to, no movement up front, so I'm not entirely sure what the plan is.
Toby, thoughts on that? Thoughts on that half?
Right.
Not happy?
No. We need a striker. We need a striker on the pitch. It's poor.
Yeah.
Don't buy these.
Oh no, not a fan of the.
Don't give Norwich the money.
The Norwich, not a fan of the Norwich chips. Can we get a little review?
Yeah, they suck. But, not sorted correctly, but we need a striker. We need a striker.
You said not salted correctly.
Yeah, they're not sorted correctly.
Here's Dowell over on the edge of the box, lays it off to his right hand side. Brilliant save by Neelan. Given away by Cherries inside their own 18-yard area. Pulled back towards Skoulis. Here's Sargent, and Skoulis on a hat-trick, lays it off to Sargent.
The less said about that, the better. I think. It is a cup game, it doesn't matter. And we go again, Hull away, which I'll be going to, hopefully. I mean, we can't get much worse than that. So, a summary of the day, a nice 4-hour drive, where I went the wrong way, and then we got to the game, and that happened. We lost 6-0. We come back, on the way back, we go to a service station and get a nice, nutritious dinner of a sausage roll, packet of jammy Dodgers, and a tube of Pringles. I realise I've got shit on my shoe, and so find anything in my car I can scrape it off with, and find disposable masks. So I'm there at 11 o'clock after losing 6-0, scraping shit off my shoe, which is basically a summary of the game, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's just a brilliant away day, isn't it, really?
Precisely.